Oh, definitely not. I mean, I was in Mumbai and I did my BCom there, and I didn't know anything about Wall Street or investment banking or anything of that sort. But I was lucky enough to have the opportunity to go to Harvard Business School, and over there, I graduated in 1989, and even at that time compared to now, about half the class, even regardless of all the bashing that goes on for banking and consulting and all that, more than half, I think half the class still goes to those two industries, because as a young person coming out of business school, they actually provide enormous opportunity in terms of seeing different projects, continue to learn on the job. So I had no idea. I did my summer job at McKinsey, actually, between my years at business school, and they put me on a study for an investment bank, which was my first actual exposure to Wall Street. And I kind of spent that 2-3 months there and found it fascinating, and kind of the rest is history, as they say. I think there are 2 or 3 things. I mean, the Harvard Business School case study method, in my view, actually is a great method, because it really puts, it's so different than anything you have in India, because it doesn't put anything in terms of lectures, etc. It's all about real life situations. And what it does is it doesn't make you an expert in anything, in my view, but it really kind of creates an opportunity for thinking through problems, coming up with multiple solutions, and then deciding and making a judgment call. And sometimes the judgments are right and sometimes they're wrong, like in a real life business situation. And so you do, I think it's like 1,600 cases or something, I forget the exact number, over 2 years, that it really is an exercise in common sense. So that's one. 2 is the network that you build being a Harvard Business School alum is actually fabulous, obviously. And so that kind of stays with you throughout. And even now I'm so involved in the business school in different ways, and my school friends are, just like I've been, successful in certain areas, they have been too. So you build a fabulous network, and it's a wonderful experience, can't regret it. A lot of people who always ask me, because there's opportunity to forget doing HBS MBA or any MBA for that matter in a good school, should we just keep on working? I say, look, if you have the opportunity to go to Harvard Business School, I know it's very expensive and this, that, and the other, it's actually 2 years really worth spent in the context of a 80-year lifespan. Not really. The issue really with Baker Scholar obviously was, it's, as you said, the top 5% of the class, and that was good. But ultimately, in any job interview, whether it be Wall Street or consulting or industry, or et cetera, I think at that level, once you finish your MBA and what people are looking for, I think the academic achievement, while important and may kind of help you in the margin, is actually a lot less important in terms of they're looking for leadership skills, depending on the job, what the marketing skills are, what are the interpersonal skills, what is the long-term potential of this individual if we hire him. So I would say the being a Baker Scholar kind of will help you get on the short list, but doesn't necessarily help you get the job. I think there was a whole variety. I'll tell you, a few of them went to Microsoft. And in 1989, Microsoft was huge. Right? So if you went into Microsoft in 1989 and totally caught the wave in 1990, when it basically was if you went into Facebook and got a whole bunch of options last year, and then went public just now. So quite a few actually went to Silicon Valley, and then quite a few went to investment banking and consulting. Those are the three. Still are. Nothing's changed. It kind of changes on the margin in terms of percentages, but that's where still the bulk goes. It definitely has had an impact on the margin. And when I went to business school, there was like 4 Indians. I mean, I was actually the only guy who actually went from Mumbai to there. There were other 2-3 Indians, but they were of Indian descent. Now there are, I think, in a class of between the 2 years, 1,600 people, I think there are nearly 100 or something like that, 50 to 75 to 100 of Indian origin, or et cetera. So that's the dynamic of the school, is a much higher female population in the business. So while you have all this Occupy Wall Street and stuff in the background, and it's important, and it at least sends a message that there have to be checks and balances in the system, and I think that's good. I don't think it's going to necessarily reduce dramatically the demand for some of these jobs.